Up the Cowboys, great win. Again, we're sitting in the top 8, which is very, very strange, and got 2 wins over the Raiders now. After a pretty poor start to that game, down 12-0 early, really fought it back and did a good job. And that was on the back of the great man, Tamalolo. So 62 points, got the 71 minutes this time. So a big stint for him. You heard in the post-game presser, Peyton was saying he looked pretty good, gas-wise, and his body looked great coming around that 30-32 minute mark, and they decided to keep him on. And then just a really short stint in the second half. So it worked out well for him. Obviously, 255 meters, 5 tackle breaks, and an offload. He was great with only the 2 missed tackles and an error. So for us in the people squad, we traded him out after 3 weeks. And the 3 weeks since then, he's scored really, really well. Of course, that's how it works out, and usually does for these keepers. Jason, he's coming off a year where he was injured on and off the majority of the year, so he never had that runway to really come out and do really well. And he's had 6 games now where he's been able to get a bit of a rhythm, and that's shown in the last 3 games, which is really good for him. And obviously the Cowboys, that's that. CHN, Corey Harawira-Naera, with 60 points there in his 80 minutes on the park. So try assist the 40 tackles was great. 3 turnover tackles as well. I can't believe they don't use him running the ball much. 43 meters gain is just ridiculous for someone of his ability to run the ball. I don't know why they do that. It happens. I remember owning him last year. It happens so often as well. Harlan Lukey there was 60, so he got the 80 minutes this week. So very interesting that Gilbert came off the bench, but even scored well himself. So Lukey with a nice try, 38 tackles and 100 meters. He was good and could potentially become an option if he is going to get 80 minutes on that left edge. He's a little bit safer in terms of his missed tackles than young Jeremiah Nanai is. So he'll be one that around that sort of bit over 400k over the next couple of weeks. So he could be a potentially interesting option, especially heading into that those bye rounds eventually. So let's start with him. Holmes had a good game again. Tommy Starling with 56 got that easy try. Wow, that was the biggest gaping hole you'll ever see. 50 tackles, 6 misses, 1 turnover tackle, the 55 meters. Probably want to get up to about 80, but some more cash to be made from Tommy, and he'll continue to do well. So that was good. Papali'i with 55. So good to see him out there doing well again after his slower start. Same with Tarpany with 55 in his 56 minutes. So good tackle numbers for him. Gilbert, so came off the bench but played 57 minutes through the middle more, which was obviously great for him. Played more minutes than Ruben Cotter, which is interesting. But Tommy 54 with 42 tackles for no misses. He was good, so hopefully you held on to him when he got moved to the bench rather than trading him out. The movements for Payton in the back in the forwards has been strange over this first 6 weeks, but it's working out okay so far. Robson with 52, Whiten with 52. I see a couple of people holding him. Townsend was all right. Horsburgh just keeps getting his 40s off the bench. I'd love to see him in a bigger minute role, but doubt it's going to happen in this forward back. He just provides so much punch off the bench there. Peter Hiku was solid again. He's actually made a fair bit of cash and actually played pretty well for the Cowboys. I'm been happy with him. Sutton there with 53 minutes. Schneider again with 40, so 2 goals for him. The line break, 20 tackles for 2 misses. A bit of running, which is great. He actually runs pretty hard the line and almost hits it up a few times. So Schneider's been great. He'll make some more cash. And he holding that 43.4 average. He's got probably another 100k to make, and then we can decide what we want to do with him from there. Ruben Cotter, there's been a bit of conjecture about him missing a turnover tackle and them taking away the try saver, and I completely agree. It was definitely a try saver, the one that Schneider over the line. Schneider could have had a 55. Cotter stopped it with one other player, and he still doesn't get a try saver. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but pretty annoying on that one. Unfortunately, for those that picked him up, I brought him in the head-to-head squad. The slightly lesser minutes and no tackle bust this week, so it was one of those games, unfortunately for him. But with those extra 9 points, he gets a 48, which is what we were hoping for anyway. So very interesting on that one there. Okay, Jeremiah. So plenty of negatives again. 4 penalties in the first half, and a few of them were innocuous. One was a bit stupid with him kind of just getting him in the head, and another penalty. Just it was really weird with how good he's been in the air that he wasn't going up to catch it, but is what is with that one. So 37 for him, you'll take. It's not too low, averaging 40, so he's got a tiny bit of money to make, but not too much from here. So if you held on to him, it's fine. If you're sitting him in number 5 position to loop, I think you take the 37. It's pretty safe. It's very easy for an outside back if you've got them potentially coming in to get a 15 or a 9 or whatever. And if they do get a 45 or 50, then you cop that extra little bit. But I think the 15 or the 20 is a lot worse than someone sneaking a 43 or a 40 or a 38, or just having that safe 37 in your squad usually helps a lot. So that's that with Nanai. If you want to use him as your loop, I have him as my number 5 in my team, and I think I'm going to take that score over like a Penasini or something like that. Like, Will could get a 15 or 20, or he could get a 60 this week. So, yeah. Bit of a scary one, but is what it is. That's why we have that opportunity to make that decision. Drinkwater was actually really good. I enjoyed watching him play, doing his job. Chotrik there with 26. Yeah, if you look to start with him, he hasn't really done too much for you. And didn't have his lowest game of the year, so that's a very, very painful one. And he's obviously not going to be a keeper, so it's up to you what you want to do with him. Just really strange. Obviously, he just didn't really kick the ball. Townsend really covered that, 51 meters, 16 tackles, and just nothing else. So has been one of the higher try assist guys of the season. So it might be a good time just to cut your losses with him. He's made his money. He's done his job. He won't lose too much this week, but from here on in, he might be a trade out for sure. And Savage came on for Chance, who I think Chance potentially injured himself. It looked like a hammy or a calf potentially. I'm not sure if he's going to come off for Savage anyway. But yeah, the 14 minutes there for Savage was okay. He did his job. Probably a good thing that he's going to lose a bit of cash. We can pick him up pretty cheap in a bunch of weeks if anyone gets injured in that back line. And Chance is potentially a sell if a decent wing fullback comes out, or whether Kula goes really well, that you could downgrade to him, for example. But generally that's the video, guys. I hope if you're not sure on the looping side of things, jump back in and check that video where I spoke about it in the People Squad. A bunch of people still ask me in the comments. Just go back and look at that again. Look at it, a bunch of times. Keep reading over it and keep learning. And good luck with your captaincies this week. And let me know how you went with any of your players in this game. If you held on to Taumalolo, let me know. Well done to you. And what your thoughts are on guys like Hylam Lukey, Tommy Starling, Snyder, Tommy Gilbert, and the like there. So hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Good luck with the Friday games. Remember, there's a 4 p.m. game and then the 7:50. Is that right? 7:55. Yep. So just with the Eels game, the Rabbitohs game, if you're looping a Lockie Ilias, for example, something like that, right? And you're looking to see how he goes and then make your decision from there. Watch that game. If Ilias gets 35 plus, I think you loop him, right? And with the game potentially you've got Payne Haas to use him to loop. Make sure you make that decision before the Broncos and the Panthers game. Otherwise, you'll get caught out if he happens to go really really bad, for example. Then you want to bring in Hetherington or someone from a later game into that number 4 spot where you've got Payne Haas, and you can do that from there. So as always, guys, like, subscribe. Thank you again for the 6,000 subscribers. It's been incredible. I can't believe that's so many people. It's crazy. So thank you all for being here, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's videos. See you guys.